Welcome to Flow Space 101 Wisdom Flow. Today's message was inspired by a powerful moment from a Tony Robbins seminar. A woman stood up and shared a life story filled with pain and struggle. She had been through so much, and yet, she was there. She was still searching, still learning, still trying to create a different life. Tony looked at her and saw something beyond her painful past. He saw someone who was still becoming. And he told her, "You are a miracle," not because her life had been easy, not because everything had suddenly become perfect, but because after everything she had been through, something inside her still wanted to grow. And maybe that is where our story begins too. We all carry something. Maybe it is the family we grew up in. Maybe it is our education, our appearance, our health, our abilities, or simply the feeling that somehow, we are not enough. We may think, "I didn't go to the best school. I'm not confident enough. I'm not beautiful enough. I'm not strong enough. I'm not talented enough." When we repeat these thoughts for years, they can slowly become a shell around us. And sometimes, we start confusing the shell with who we really are. But your circumstances are part of your story. Your weaknesses are part of your story. They are not the whole story. The shell around you is not the same thing as you. Sometimes, when someone is hurting, the first thing they need is not advice. They need someone to listen. Really listen. At the seminar, Tony gave this woman space to speak. He looked at her. He paid attention. He allowed her story to matter. And there is something deeply healing about that. Sometimes we have carried a story silently for so long that simply hearing someone say, "Tell me, I'm listening, you matter," can change something inside us. Being heard does not erase the past, but it can remind us that we do not have to carry everything completely alone. Sometimes healing begins with one human being truly seeing another. And then she did something courageous. She shared the parts of her story that had been painful to carry. And instead of looking away, Tony stayed with her. He listened. He responded with compassion. And in that moment, the room became more than a seminar. It became a place where one person's pain was witnessed by another person. Tony did not only see what had happened to her. He saw the person who had survived it. He saw someone who had still found the courage to stand up, ask for help, and search for a different future. Sometimes another person can see strength in us before we are able to see it ourselves. And sometimes what we need most is not someone to tell us what is wrong with us. We need someone to remind us, there is still something beautiful and powerful alive inside you. Growth can hurt. Think about a young eagle breaking through its shell. For a long time, the shell protected it. The shell was its whole world. But eventually, that safe little world becomes too small. Now the bird has to push. It has to struggle. It has to break through. Our lives can feel like that too. Trying again can hurt. Learning can be frustrating. Changing an old habit can feel uncomfortable. Leaving behind an old belief about ourselves can even feel frightening. And sometimes we think, if this is so difficult, maybe I should stop. But difficulty does not always mean you are going the wrong way. Sometimes the struggle is happening because you are growing beyond the life that once contained you. The shell is breaking because you are becoming. Something remarkable can happen as we continue to grow. The experiences that once made us feel weak may someday deepen the way we understand other people. Someone who once felt terribly alone may become a person who knows how to listen. Someone who struggled to learn may become an unusually patient teacher. Someone who once felt invisible may become the person who notices the child sitting quietly in the corner. Someone who has known pain may create music, paintings, stories, or words that make another person feel less alone. This does not mean the painful thing needed to happen. And it does not mean we have to be grateful for suffering. Your pain is not your identity. But what you learn while rebuilding your life may someday become part of what you give. What hurt you may deepen your compassion. What challenged you may deepen your wisdom. And what you survived may someday help another person find their way. So remember this, your family is part of your story. Your school is part of your story. Your appearance is part of your story. Your struggles are part of your story, but none of them is the whole story. There are pages you have not written yet, abilities you have not developed yet, people you have not met yet, and parts of yourself you have not discovered yet. You are learning, you are breaking through, you are becoming. So ask yourself, what shell am I ready to break? Maybe it is, I'm not smart enough, I'm not attractive enough, I'm too old, I'm too weak, I'm not talented, I can't change. Maybe that belief is only a shell. You do not know how far your wings can carry you until you begin to break through. Your story is not finished. You are still becoming. And perhaps that is the miracle. After everything that has happened, there is still something inside you reaching toward life. You are a miracle. Thank you for watching FlowSpace 101 Wisdom Flow. Please like, subscribe, and share this message with someone who may need to hear it today.